Smarterfan.
Hey everybody, welcome to another segment of Smarterfan podcast, where we bring you behind the veil of sports, business, and life. I'm Joe, and this is Barry. What's going on, Barry?
Well, Mr. NASCAR, what's going on with you?
Yeah,
How you
man.
doing?
Oh, I'm doing good. You know,
Good. How's the wife doing?
She's hanging in there doing her PT, you know.
That's what's up. She'll be back dancing in no time. Well, listen, boy, we got a lot to talk about, lot cooking. So let's jump into it.
Yeah, well, before we start, I just want to give a shout out to our friends here in the good old US of A.
Hey.
You know, thanks for listening, folks. You know, and also can't forget our folks north of the border in Canada.
In Canada.
You know, thank you for listening. And our friends over in Germany.
Germany. One day I got to go to Germany. I got to really check out Germany.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. The family's growing, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
I think we almost touched every continent.
Yeah.
Almost. I think we're almost there.
So.
Well, the family's growing. We're growing. Things are coming. Merchandise and all kind of great stuff. So stay tuned, folks. It's just getting better and better and better. So what you got tonight?
So I'm going to talk about Craig Morton.
Okay.
So, now, he was born in Flint, Michigan, but he grew up in Campbell, California. And he was a standout in three sports, football, baseball, and basketball.
Oh, wow.
Now, because he was a really good pitcher, that got the attention of Major League Baseball teams. So, but he chose football, and he went to the University of California, Berkeley.
Oh, wow.
You know?
Okay.
So now there, he played under future Hall of Fame coaches Marv Levy and Bill Walsh.
Really?
Yeah. So now he finished seventh in the Heisman balloting in '64, ahead of Joe Namath and Gale Sayers.
Really?
Yeah.
You throw that ball though.
Yeah.
You throw that ball.
Yeah, when he graduated from Cal, he had all the most of the major passing records and career touchdown passes also. You know. So now he was taken by the Cowboys, fifth overall in the '65 draft, and he spent the first 4 years behind Don Meredith. So now he led the Cowboys to their first Super Bowl appearance in Super Bowl V. Now that particular game was a game of contention because from the stories I had heard is that a lot of the players wanted Landry to take Morton out and put Staubach in, and Landry refused. And so that kind of divided the locker room.
Yeah.
But as a result, they lost that Super Bowl, you know. So, but after following a 72 playoff game where Staubach came in for a hurt Morton, he staged a miracle comeback, and that sealed Morton's fate.
Yeah.
You know. So now 74, he was traded to the Giants. That was during the season they traded him for draft picks. And one of those draft picks was Randy White.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, he had an 8-25 record as a starter with the Giants, you know. And then at 34, he revived his career in Denver. You know, and he took them to their very first Super Bowl. You know, and that was the Orange Crush back then.
Yeah, they was crushing everybody until they got to us. They were. The Orange Crush was for real, man. Them guys was playing, but Harvey Martin and Randy White on that right side, bro.
Yeah, that's for sure. Now, he had his best season in '81 at the age of 38, where he threw for 3,195 yards and 21 touchdowns. So, now, he retired just before John Elway got there.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, in '83. And he also served as the head coach for the Denver Gold of the USFL.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. So now he was inducted into the Broncos Ring of Fame in 1988. But unfortunately, he died on May 9th of this year at the age of 83.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, I
yeah.
didn't know that. I thought Craig was still with us.
Nah, he passed away, unfortunately.
Oh,
So,
wow.
so
No.
now speaking of football, what's going on with Brian Flores?
Man, it's getting sticky. It's getting sticky. And I knew it was going to get sticky. Brian Flores initially, was kind of pushed out and, talking about, these interviews are not legitimate. He's not being given a fair opportunity. Then he gets an email, that starts from Belichick and, it was sent to him in mistake. Instead, it was supposed to go to Brian Daboll, but it went to Brian Flores.
Jeez.
And that kind of blew the whole thing up. And I think, Joe, this is just my opinion, is that why they denied Belichick, many reasons, but one of those were the reasons why they denied him first ballot, because there's no reason why he shouldn't have been a first ballot Hall of Famer. You know what I mean? And it probably has a lot to do with this and putting a lot of those owners on blast. So this is kind of their get back. Okay, we're not going to, you know what I'm saying? Because you all doing dirty stuff. And so Steve Wilkes and another coach has also joined the lawsuit because Steve Wilkes is a really, really great coach. Players play for him.
Yeah.
He's been around, and everywhere he goes, they start winning. And that's why, Joey, I know you say to me, Barry, I don't understand why you have your bottom 15. They're just some franchises that are not committed to winning.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just not, even when they have the right coach. I mean, Steve Wilkes had the Panthers back on track a couple seasons ago and moving in the right direction. They decided to go the same way. Where are the Panthers now? Nowhere.
Yeah.
He was with the Cardinals. Same thing. Got them turned around. They're playing. Boom, 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 boom. They decided to go another direction. Where are the Cardinals?
Yeah.
I could never figure out how the Cardinals let go their head coach. Is it Arians?
Oh, yeah, Bruce Arians.
Bruce Arians. They have never had that successful run of 4 years of playing in the NFL ever. How you don't sign that guy? Like, listen, here's the checkbook. Do whatever you want to do. And that's why I keep saying there's some teams that are just committed to being in the bottom 15. You're just committed to it.
Yeah.
And so anyway, so it looks like Brian has won part of his thing, and the next part is really going to blow up a lot of stuff if they don't settle out of court, because the judges have subpoenaed the records, and it's going to tell the story like it did with Schneider and his cohorts.
Right.
And it's going to be a bad, bad thing. And you got to ask yourself, and Coach Prime said something. You can't really tell somebody that you can't really tell an owner who, you know what I'm saying? It's I chose you because I thought we had a good mix and so forth. You know what I'm saying? There were other people who wanted to do a show with me, Joe, but I didn't feel it. You know what I'm saying? And there was nothing personal against them. I just didn't feel it. You know what I mean? Right. So but at the same time, you got to say this guy, I mean, you look at his record. Everywhere he goes, he wins. And if you're a real franchise committed to winning, why wouldn't you bring Brian Flores in?
Yeah.
To win. If that's what you're about. You know what I mean? So, it's going to be interesting to happen. What happens, and I think behind the scenes, Joe, you know how your boy Trump feels about the NFL because they snubbed him.
Yeah.
I'm sure he has had some kind of influence because a lot of those judges sitting on the Supreme Court are what? His people he put there.
Yeah.
So this may come back to haunt him and really expose an ugly side of the NFL of what they're not doing.
Yeah, well, they're already being pressured about hiring black coaches, getting rid of the trying to get rid of the Rooney Rule.
Yeah, you're not really going to even hear a lot of pushback because it hasn't done very much at all.
Yeah.
It really hasn't. So people are like, well, you keep it or not? It's not really doing anything. But this Brian Flores thing, I mean, actually, I think, Coach Prime said something. The owners plan to expand, and I think you got to get some other owners of those teams, those three other teams, to be people of color, black people.
Yeah.
And I think that's the only way you really kind of get to do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it goes from there.
Yeah.
It's not a black or white thing or Asian or whatever. I mean, think about it. Vrabel was in Tennessee, couldn't get the support, couldn't get whatever. He gets to New England and gets them to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
When's the last time the Titans been in the Super Bowl?
Steve McNair.
Okay, I rest my case. Right? So that's what I mean. There's the bottom 15, brother.
Mm-hmm. So, but anyway, I'm going to switch gears a bit and talk about the debacle that was the NBA Finals.
Ooh, this is going to be hot.
I mean, let me just start off by saying Friday's game, that was a nail biter, and it came down to a foul shot. You know, but Towns played his role. He had 21 points and 13 rebounds in that game, and they for the most part they did everything they needed to do to win that game.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this game 3, man, talk about now. This is just my opinion, okay? But talk about the refs letting the Spurs run roughshod over the Knicks. Between Castle bum rushing Brunson, and they're saying, "Oh, that's not a flagrant foul. That was just a foul," and then Wemby throwing him to the floor.
Yeah, I don't.
They didn't even call that.
I don't see where that. At this point, Joe, I wouldn't be surprised if they just got rid of refs. If you can't get a call right in the game, and you got to get the camera shot, and you still can't get it right, they just get rid of them. Because they're not doing the job.
Now, to be fair,
get rid of them.
The Knicks were turning the ball over like crazy.
That's what happens when people don't move.
They were out of sync. Yeah, and the Spurs defense was just smothering them. But,
well, you can't have Mikal Bridges and number 23, their big man, just running up and down the court. No rebounds on the offense or the defense. No block shots on the offense or the defense. And no offensive game. I'm literally sitting there going, how are you playing in the NBA?
Yeah.
I mean, do you watch film? Who's coaching you? Do you? Mikal, you gonna take a shot? You getting pushed off the ball? You getting bullied? This is not Villanova. Right. You look scared out there, and I'm like, then just go sit down. Shamet, this is what always gets me. Guys complain. I'm not saying Shamet did this, but guys complain they're on the bench and they're not getting anything, right? Getting an opportunity. He pulling on his shorts because he's winded. So you're not spending 30 minutes after the game to get on the exercise bike? I'm giving you the call. This is what you got to do. You got to play 35 minutes. You're not playing 10, 15 minutes. Now, if that's what you want to do, then tell me, and that's what I'll do. Put you back on the bench, and I'll call you in. This is what drives me crazy. That's why I'm looking at number 23, and I'm like, bro, are you going to do anything? They come down in your house, you don't block a shot. You don't get a rebound. You do some 1970 move. Oh, yeah, throw it to the rim. I'll catch it and put it in. That's the only offensive game you have as a pro? You ain't nothing. Anyway, like my man from the Spurs, Jack, said, it looked like the Knicks need an enforcer.
Yeah, they need somebody like Oakley.
Yeah.
They need an Oakley.
An enforcer. Well, you're not coming in here with this crazy game. We're going to play. But you got to get guys got to play. You know, people said to me today, they said, well, what's with Brunson? I said, listen, Brunson is his most dangerous, as simple as this, when all 4 other guys play. Right. If they sit around and watch him, all that gives the other team time to rest and have energy. And that's why he was having to go through so many tough shots. Because they're not even thinking about the other guys offensively. They're not even thinking about them. Yeah. And that can't happen.
Well, like I said, the turnovers were killing them. And like you said, no offensive rebounding. You know, that was driving me crazy.
Yeah.
You know?
You got to get more than one shot. And literally watch in 23 in my cut. All they did the whole game is run up and down the court. No shot, no offensive, no defensive rebounds.
Yeah.
And getting pushed off the ball.
Yeah, and they were getting off bad shots because they were getting down to 4 seconds on the shot clock.
Well, they're not moving and giving somebody, like I'm sitting there going, Deuce, you don't have a place on the court where somebody can know that that's where you take your shot. I don't get that. But Kyle, is the corner your spot? As a pro, there should be 3 or 4 spots on the floor that when your teammates see you there and you're open, that's your shot. I'm like, what is going? Who's coaching this team? What is going on? This is basic basketball. Yeah. I mean, is Anunoby a power forward or a small forward?
He was. I'm not sure at this point because he was all over the place, and he was the only one doing anything besides Brunson.
That's what I'm saying. That can't happen. They're not going to win that way.
No.
I mean, he's taking good shots. He's threatening the ball. And I'm like, you got this number 23. He don't give you nothing. You got Mikal Bridges out here. He don't give you nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. And I'm like, how much y'all get paid?
Well, so Joe Torre always said game 3 is the pivotal game.
Yeah.
So this is giving the Spurs momentum now. So,
yeah,
we have to see how the Knicks respond to it in Game 4.
Yeah, I mean, Josh Hart has got to do a better job. I don't understand, Joe. You have to help me. How are you a 1, 2, or 3? You can't handle the ball, and you can't get a shot off. I mean, are y'all guys working part-time at Dick's Sporting Goods or something? That y'all are just not very good 15 feet, 17 feet, 21 foot shooters. I don't get it, Joe.
Yeah, well, the other thing is that, and Mike Brown brought this up, how is it that in the second half, the Knicks get called for 24 fouls?
Yeah, as I said, Joe, the reffing is so bad. I mean, there's no excuse. There's just really no excuse. You got instant replay, and you still get the call wrong.
If they call it at all.
Yeah.
If they call it at all.
I'm like scratching my head like, so Castle is playing offense. He's not going for the rebound. He's basically taking off like he's Alvin Kamara from the Saints and basically running through Jalen Brunson, who's supposed to be playing defense.
Right.
And that's not flagrant.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Why do we have you guys? Let's just send you all home and we'll figure out a new system.
Yeah.
It's got to be better than what we get. Because if you can't figure that call out, what are we doing?
Well, we'll just have to see how it plays out in Game 4. But so Nick Saban and the NIL, what's that about?
Man, listen, I'm telling you, this situation with NIL and Tuberville from the NCAA, I'm just going to give you the quick, fast, and the hurry. I'm going to touch a little bit on, maybe make it a 3-part. So Nick Saban left the game because he lost control, meaning the athletes are totally dependent on him. Now that they have an opportunity to make money now, he's been making money. Why can't the athlete he's coaching make any money? Right. But it's a leverage game, right? Mm-hmm. He's dominated because he's had a system that allowed him to dominate. Right. Then when he doesn't have that power anymore, he leaves the game. So he figures, well, I'm going to petition and get into this and see how we can cap the NIL. Well, why didn't we cap your salary? Why don't we cap coaches? And I think coaches should get paid as much as they. It's a hard job.
Yeah.
Why? Before you come in and say something that makes sense, like, no, the majority of these kids need to be put on a stipend. The majority of this money needs to be put away until they finish their careers. They should be given 2 or 3 years of academic eligibility after their playing days, because there ain't enough jobs to hire all of them. Let's just be realistic, right? And they've made enough money for these universities that those 2-3 years should be paid for room and board. That's, I mean, why aren't we talking about that? You're talking about capping the athlete, and you don't know, not everybody's going to make pro. Nope. And those who make it, few of them are going to be there long term, past 3 or 4 years, especially in the NFL. So why shouldn't they have the opportunity to make as much money as the coach who's coaching them makes, or the university is making? How do you think these beautiful locker rooms are being built? It's off the athletes' back.
Yeah.
You know? And so he's gotten in bed with Trump, because Trump don't really care. Trump is all about whatever can make him money. And he hates the NFL. He's trying to, flex his sports stuff. That's why he's having on the big lawn, the UFC. Man, that dude, Trump be making me laugh. Man, my man is just like, I'm just doing my own thing. I'm just doing my own deals. I'm tearing down the White House. I'm building a little mini stadium that's going to have my name on it. He's just doing his thing. People say, why aren't you more upset? I said, because you have politicians on both sides allowing them to do it, and they're getting paid to do nothing. He's just, if you don't check him, I mean, that's why the laws have been set up to check. There's supposed to be checks and balances, but people ain't doing their job. That's another conversation.
Exactly. Anyway, exactly. So
Nick is trying to take that money, trying to cap that money, and there's going to be a big thing. I'm going to talk about it next week, God willing, on the big legislation coming down August 1st, this year. That's going to be huge about NIL. Huge. So we'll talk more about it.
Well, speaking of money, the Cowboys expect George Pickens to be in minicamp, starting on the 16th. Now he signed the franchise tag.
Yeah.
So, but he hasn't reported to any of the voluntary stuff, So, and he's been in communication with the team. I mean, Schottenheimer expects him to be there. Come the time he's supposed to be there, but they're not going to. They said they're not negotiating with him on a contract extension. They just told him straight up, "We're not negotiating with you."
So, well, that's his own fault. He's kind of made that bed. I'm not judging him, but these guys got to realize you're not going to get the bag if people feel you're not going to really be committed. It's as simple as that. So he came into the Cowboys last year, right? Had a good showing.
Yeah.
So they're going to put him on a franchise and see if he can continue that.
Right.
He's got to take his game up to the next level. If he wants to be there, in order to get the bag. Else they're just going to franchise him out like they did Saquon Barkley. I mean, these guys at some point got to figure out, that's the game. Am I giving them enough? You got to undo what you did to put yourself in that position.
Yeah.
And you got to play your way out of it.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Well, we'll see if he shows up. I mean, he'd be crazy not to, because he'll be fined. So what a lot of players are doing now is they're not holding out; they're holding in, so that they don't get fined. But they're not doing anything.
Oh, how's that work? So they show up and they don't
participate.
They don't participate.
Right, and they call it holding in.
Boy, this is tricky.
Yeah,
this is something else.
So, but here's something that's really interesting. Now, the Rams got Myles Garrett.
Mm-hmm.
So now, because of that, first of all, Garrett got the best of both worlds, because first he got paid, and now he's on a winning team.
Yeah, I'm happy for him.
Which he wanted to do anyway. So
I want him to get it.
But now, this got the attention of Aaron Donald.
Bruh.
So now he's thinking about coming out of retirement to play with Garrett.
All they got to do is make their big check big enough.
You know, he said he's flirting with the idea when he was asked.
He needs to.
And he said he needs to see if he can still find the fire to return.
Yeah, that's called money.
Yeah, you know. So
that's Sean McVay, man. I got to give it to that guy. That guy knows how to bounce back, bro. That guy knows how to figure it out. And I love his strategy. Win now. Hell, win now. What do we need to do to win now?
Yeah. So this is going to be interesting to see if that really comes to fruition. If he comes back,
I think it will.
You know,
I think it will. I told a friend of mine, I said it will work. He just needs to take some time to get his body. He don't really need to show up until November.
Right. That's what they were saying.
Just give him time to ease his way back in, ease his body back in, ease his mind back in it, and really turn it on in November.
Yeah.
Which would really be a disadvantage for everybody else because no one would know what that's going to look like because November's money time. Mm-hmm. November, December, January is money time. So you imagine him. Oh man, that
would be a hell of a combination. That'd be like Randy White and Harvey Martin all over again.
All over again. That's a whole lot of hurt.
Yeah, man. So what's going on with Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady?
Man, I got to break this one into a 1, 2, 3-part series. The quick and fast of it is Tracy and his cousin Vince have become part owners in the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
So there's a big movement of athletes getting the opportunity to become owners in franchises and leagues. And he did a great podcast with Alex Rodriguez, which was phenomenal, about becoming an owner, that process. And then he's also bringing back his OBL league, basketball league in major cities. And guess who has the team here in New York? Jadakiss out of Yonkers, the rapper.
Oh, okay.
One of the franchises. And Tracy said he did it because he got an opportunity. No one knew him coming out of Florida. He went to a basketball camp, D'd up Lamar Odom, who was like the number 1 player in the country at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Put on such a good show. Everybody was like, who's this kid? Who's this kid? Who's this kid? And ended up being the 98 number 1 draft pick.
Well, you know what? Hold that thought.
Yeah, man.
We'll continue this next week.
Well, let me say a quick shout out because we're on every continent now. And a shout out to Japan, which we've been to, India, which we're back in again. And we are, for the first time, Joe, we have hit Australia. So welcome to our family and friends down under.
That's right.
And man, the family's growing. You guys stay tuned in, share. We're talking about everything you want to hear on Smarterfan podcast. And as we always say, Joe,
stay in the game.
Stay in the game, folks. See you next week.
All right. Good night.
Good night now.
Smarterfan.